What's good, YouTube? It's your boy thse, and I'm back with another video. Now, y'all really don't understand how happy I was to see that you guys really like the worst kind of NBA fans video. Cause literally in the video, I said this was my favorite video I've ever recorded. And although it's gonna be a long time before I have a video that does better numbers than my Clippers video, to me personally, I think my last video was my best. But that's pretty much a mute point because we only going up from here. We just hit 10K. Like a whole month ago, I was happy to hit 500. How did we get here? Like, how does this happen? TSO gonna be the best mafia on YouTube when it's said and done. Mark my words. But with all that being said, 10K is only 10K. It's not 100K, it's not even 50K, it's not 11K. We got a long way to go, so I'm still gonna be putting out that content that y'all like. Y'all gotta keep going crazy on that like button. And if you're watching this video and you ain't subscribed, bro, go ahead and subscribe, bro. But all right, y'all, I really just wanted to say thank you for letting me hit 10K. I'm not gonna waste any more time here with the intro. You guys already know what the video is gonna be about. For people who are just discovering the channel, if you're sensitive, definitely go watch a different video, not this one, because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. But yeah, this is the worst kind of NBA fans part 2. Definitely like the video if you end up liking the video. Let's get right to it. First up, we have the DieHard Fans. These fans are definitely the S tier of toxicity, because although you don't have to worry about them being bandwagoners or simply folding on their team for playing bad or anything like that, you gotta hear about everything their team is doing all the time. And considering how they know every minute detail about their team, you think they know a lot about the sport of basketball in general. But let's say you're talking to a Lakers fan and you ask him what the Bulls are gonna do in the offseason, that nigga don't know shit. If their team falls short, they fall into a state of depression or anger that you don't even want to talk about. And if their team wins, you wish for a real life mute button. But the worst part is this ain't even the half of it though, because some of the diehards have ascended to a level beyond the Super Saiyan God. The once diehard fan has now become a tryhard fan, which in short, he is everything a diehard fan was, but the difference is this nigga is brilliant. He's built different. This man knows pretty much everything about basketball, and at that point, you're fucked trying to debate him. And while he's still a diehard at heart and is toxic about everything he has bias towards, he doesn't care that he's toxic. Like, he's just an evil bastard. So he ends up saying really smart shit in ignorant ways, and it pisses everybody off. He ain't wrong, he just toxic. But fortunately for me, I never exactly met one of those though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't met anybody who's a tryhard, a toxic son of a bitch that just goes on crazy ass rants and talks about a bunch of different players and hurts a lot of niggas' feelings and somehow finds a way to be funny, toxic, and yet informative. I know niggas like those exist, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about them, but at the end of the day, I just personally haven't met one. Moving on though, we have Imposter Fans. I know I just said tryhards are evil, but compared to imposters, heaven sent. Imposters will root for a player or a team to win a specific game, but then low-key want them to lose the entire game. You know how many people were talking about, oh yeah, the Lakers gotta do this for Kobe, but then celebrated whenever the Heat won a game because they low-key really hate the Lakers? Yeah, those weirdos. But it's even worse because they'll do the people on their own favorite team even worse. If you play for the imposter's favorite team, while you're on his team, he'll treat you right. They'll blindly defend you no matter what bullshit situation it is, no matter how much you get paid, no matter if you're hurt or not, and you feel real safe with the nigga. The second you get traded, cut, retire, whatever the fuck, the second you're not on their team anymore, young, that nigga was a bitch, bro. He suck at basketball. All that money for what? Nani? You tricked me, my guy. When the hell you feel about him like this? Imposters are definitely top 3 on the fans that I dislike the most because I couldn't do that shit, bro. Tiny Dog is my dog to the day I die. Like, don't be an imposter, my nigga. If you don't like the player and he's playing bad for the team, just call him out on that shit. Which leads me to my next group known as the Tough Lovers. Them niggas take what I just said a bit too far. It's not like a Lakers fan slandering Danny Green. We all slander Danny Green. Although these fans support a great team or a great player, they understand that nobody's perfect. But even though they understand that nobody's perfect, if that team or player fucks up, oh yeah, they with the woo. This is the type of dude that watches his team lose in the most embarrassing fashion possible, and they silent on all their socials, and they silent in the group chat where everybody making fun of that player or team. And then like an hour or two later, it's a whole different subject. We watching a whole different game or some shit, and this dude will come back out the cut, drop 81, saying the grossest, most disgusting things about a player or a group of players that I've ever seen in my life. And because you know that he loves who he just made fun of, you have nothing but concern for his family. But next up, the Vegeta fans. Why are you obsessed with the runner-up? Like, why do you always like the guy who loses? Don't get it twisted, Vegeta fans don't root for no scrub, but they always root for a team that we all know really doesn't stand a chance of winning the whole thing. But at the same time, the team or player they're rooting for isn't ass by any metric whatsoever. In fact, there's only like 1 or 2 players or teams that are better than what they're rooting for. But we all know they ain't beating those teams or players. Oh, silver medal, second place ass niggas, like goddamn. Let me chill though, because Vegeta is a goat. Next up, we got the oh my god fans. These the type of fans that just ooze recency bias. Every time they see a buzzer beater, that might be one of the greatest buzzer beaters I've ever seen. Like any great player, great run, they always take it to the highest extreme every time. They act like they haven't seen half decent basketball before a day in their life. These dudes for sure think that this generation is the best generation of basketball, and they don't think it's close. And these definitely the type of dudes who everybody that comes out the draft at 6'7" or taller that can pass, oh yeah, he's LeBron James. And before I move on, seriously though, how is Zion Williamson and Luka Doncic both compared to LeBron on draft night? They play nothing alike Like how? But yeah, the Oh My God fans probably have Jamal Murray as a top 3 point guard or some bullshit. Everything they just witnessed happens to be the best thing ever. Like, okay, bro. Next up, the RKO fans. Whether it's for somebody that they hate or somebody that they love, these dudes are real quiet. For like the entire series or the entire game, they don't say anything. They don't talk any shit whatsoever. But the second that buzzer goes off, whether it's pain or happiness, you gonna feel that motherfucker. Without question, their favorite move in Pokemon was bye. Cause they'll wait the longest to store up all this energy and all the shit talking, then once they release that motherfucker, that shit do damage. The next time you really dogging somebody in a basketball talk or debate, just make sure he's not an RKO nigga. Because if he is RKO nigga, he's gonna hit you back. And that shit's gonna hurt way harder than what you did to him. Next up, the Dreamer fans. These niggas play way too much 2K and think anything is possible. They don't know about salary cap, contracts, player negotiations, PR, any of that shit. These are the type of dudes that put Giannis and Dame in a Lakers jersey. And while you can't take away basketball reference from a stat head, you definitely can't take away the trade machine from a dreamer. But the crazy thing about the Dreamers is they will make some God squad and then bitch about it. They'll say some shit like, wouldn't it be crazy if Dame, Giannis, Beal, and Cat all went to the Knicks? But let all the stars align and let that shit actually happen. They'll be the first ones hating the Knicks and the first ones to be about, oh, super teams ruin the NBA, fuck that shit. The Dreamers are definitely that type of girl that be hungry but don't know where she wanna eat. Oh yeah, everybody gonna relate to this. Next up is the Doubleback fans. These are the type of fans that make you question whether you're fed or not because you got a screenshot or screen record or do whatever it takes to get some documented file of what they just said. Because you know at a certain point in time, they're gonna act like they never said what they just said. And the most annoying part of it all is all they do is spout bullshit. Like none of it ever makes sense ever. They just say a bunch of hot takes throughout the entire season, and when all of them are wrong, they go back on it like they never said it. And they all got the same 3 catchphrases. Oh, I never said that. Oh, where's proof? Oh, you're putting words in my mouth. Shut the fuck up. They some bitch ass bitches, and if you want to find out if your man's a Doubleback fan, do it like this. Call them out on some shit they said a brick ago for no reason whatsoever and have a screenshot of it. Cause you know they got amnesia. If you ain't got proof, they never said it. But yeah, after he tries to deny what you're accusing him of and you show him proof, watch him just laugh or some shit. Like watch him not even deny it anymore. The cap comes off at that point and they're just gonna laugh it off. That's how you know they're a Doubleback fan. Anyway, next up, the Bandwagon fans. Do I really gotta waste much time here? We all know what a Bandwagon fan is. In the off season, they're never hyped for anybody. They never have anything to say. But the second a new God Squad forms, now they've been with them for 50 years. Now they know they worst players in franchise history. They've been through all the troublesome times. My nigga, can you just cut the cap and say you really like the team you just saw? Now, do you gotta fanboy them? No, you don't. But you can at least be like, I really fucks with that new team over there. It's not that hard. But now you gotta turn your back on your former favorite player or team to support this new one. Like, how are you a proud slut of the NBA? Like, bruh, tighten up. Last and certainly not least, and we all guilty of it, but the Couch Coach fan. These are the type of fans who will break down play by play, talking about what their team should do, like they can just hear you. Oh, but wait, it gets better because they feel like they know more than the actual coach. Which granted, some coaches like Boylan, you probably do know more than. But I say a good 90% of coaches in the NBA will literally forget more basketball than we'll ever know. Granted, I can actually brag because I never said this shit, but remember when everybody thought that the Houston Rockets would never get a rebound? Like, even if a coach does some such shit, it takes an especially dumb coach for us to actually be smarter than them as fans. Being said, us as fans really don't give a fuck. There'll be some of us in the damn group chat calling the play-by-play talking about why this dude made an open corner 3. And the worst part is some of y'all know how to break down the game of basketball, but some of y'all clearly don't. So if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, can you not do a play-by-play in the goddamn group chat? Or go on Twitter with some off-brand take talking about, oh, they need to rotate better. They need to shoot more threes. I swear, a nigga uses the word rotation and now they think they're a genius. Like, oh shit, okay, Neji, we see you got some good ass eyes. Fuck no. You dumb as shit and loud as fuck. Please shut up. Thank you. And I actually capped earlier, I'm gonna give y'all one more fan group. I'm gonna call them the Toddler Fans. Because like a toddler, these fans act like because they like a team that they're the only ones that can like the team. Or because they like a team, only other people that like the team can talk about the team. And although they act like a spoiled brat, they also act like they're above you, like a toddler. Oh, you really wouldn't know anything about this team because you're not a fan of them, so you don't watch them as much as I do. When the worst part about Toddler Fans is because you're a Toddler fan, you have a low attention span. So the nigga that's talking about your team probably knows more about your team than you do. Ain't that shit crazy? Most of your Toddler fans are just budget tryhard fans. And although in the grand scheme of things, they don't really piss you off, it's just like, bro, who wants to sit here and talk with a toddler all day? Grow the fuck up. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy thse. And I tell you what, I'm getting too many requests to do a bunch of different shit, so when I upload those videos at a random moment in time, they better do the fuck well. Because if they don't, I'm sticking to basketball, bro. I got to. I'm never gonna branch away from basketball. I love the game too much. But it's not the only thing I got a passion for, so at one point in time, I'm gonna end up double uploading. If the other video does good, I'm gonna keep providing that content with basketball. If it flops, it's with the woo now. But either way, I have fun doing what I'm doing. I love you guys regardless. Again, thank you so much for the 10K. And y'all already know the vibes, man. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video. If you like my content, subscribe. It means a lot. And it's been your boy thse. I'ma holla at y'all in the next video. Take care and stay blessed.